Okay, so you can see here's before and after. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this dude. Okay, and I'm gonna do a universal copy, meaning I'm gonna copy everything that's on this layer. I'm gonna do a new and just memorize this number. Just memorize one of them because it's proportional. So I'm just gonna say 442. Okay, boom, there it is. So this is this image, paste it back in, and this is at 100%. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rest this guy up now. So before it's 442, so don't forget that number. Let's just make it like crazy. Say like make it 1,000. Right? So now we have this, and make it even bigger than that. Let's make it like 1,200. Okay. So now we have this. Now, why do we do this? We do this because we could then selectively, detail these things out. Oh, this is slowing my computer down. Let Photoshop switch out his RAM here. You can see it's totally killing it. Okay. We could selectively paint stuff. So I'm just gonna do something ridiculously not really correct, but that way you guys can see. Let me turn off the layer in the back. Actually, no, I can't do that because it will destroy the way we do this. Just bear with Photoshop here as he tries to catch up here. Now, why do we do this? Well, one, it makes it so it's very easy to add details without you going to a 1-pixel brush. Right? The other way to do it, because this file, remember at 100%, is actually quite small. So if I was to paint these kind of crazy details, I'm doing this just to be silly, so you guys can see what we can fit into this. Okay. The only way to capture this in the original image was to go with a 1-pixel brush, and that's very hard to work with, and you have to squint your eyes and all sorts of stuff. By doing it this way, who cares, right? You just res it to whatever size you want, and you don't have to worry about squinting your eyes or anything. You just paint. You just paint this as if it's a complete separate painting. All right. So let me add some more ridiculously thin details. These details might not be correct. I'm just doing this as a purely as an example to show you why this is good to have. Okay. Like for example, we could clean up the teeth. So if I was going in there and cleaning this up, we can even to the bottom. There's some lights back there, so you can see the bottom of the teeth. Okay, so this is pretty good for now, just as an example. And then when you're done with this, now we have this fine ultra detailing here. A few more stuff. Boom, boom, boom. A few more stuff. Too bright. Bottom of the nose gets lit by the fire. Bottom of this cheek thing. You can even get in there and like really detail out these floors and all that kind of other stuff here. The fire, make it burn. There's a guy over here. Right. It's up to you, right? How much time you want to do it. So this is what a lot of map painters do as well. I don't know if they do it still today. This is quite a few years ago when I learned this technique, but I'm pretty sure it's still a very useful way of working. Okay, so now I rest this back to the way it was, which was what, 442 height. Okay, I do a copy, I go back to the original and I paste it. See, now it goes right back to where we left it. Okay, we have a layer adjustment on top, that's why it looks a little bit funny. So I should have copied it with it off, but I could just adjust it right back into, there it goes, right there, right? So you can see here, boom, right? And just erase out the stuff you don't want, like this. If you have any kind of edge or any kind of things, erase those, are gone. So what's the difference, right? You can always say, let's, why res it up? Why do this step? It's because I could get in here, watch you, I try to paint the same thing, like those little lines in the eye. To get that, check it out. I could go to like 1-pixel brush, man. At 100%, it's really hard to do that. You see, I gotta zoom in at this level to try to do this. Try to pick that yellow, and it's just really hard to work. Right? So it's hard to see the image at this level too. So you're probably making mistakes. See? So I have to do all that work just to put those lines. When you paint it big like this, you just boom, slap it right in, and it looks super sharp. You see how sharp that looks, even if I zoom out? Right. It's because we painted it nice and sharp. So this is a cool technique, and that's what this tutorial actually sort of is about. You could try things like this. It's something that I've seen a lot of professionals use to get those just really, really ultra crisp details within a painting that you're like, how did they do that? Whereas the rest of the painting still looks like, nice and loose like this, but yet part of it is extremely focused. So this is one way to do that. So let me just dump this one. It's kind of crappy. Okay, so that's what this layer here was. It shows students how we could go from this to that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this image. The only thing I did on top, so this is before, this is after, was before I go to print or before I send things to clients, I'll also add a small sharpen. This is hard to see, but if I zoom in, you can probably see it. I add about a 50% sharpen layer on top. Just select the whole thing and just sharpen it. It kind of just gives everything a nice crisp edge, so that everything goes blurred. Yeah, and if you have a nice printer, it'll print out very, very nicely. So, and then usually before this one I have to print out to show the student what it looks like on paper. So I also adjust the values a little bit. Printers tend to print darker than your image on the screen, because don't forget your screen is backlit. Yeah, you have a light coming from behind the screen, so it's always going to look brighter. A printer is the other way around. They're slapping dark values onto a white piece of paper. There's no light in it. So before you print something, you could usually adjust your black to make it go a little higher, so it doesn't come out completely black when you print this thing. So that's about it for this tutorial. Let me turn the black and white layer on so you can see what this looks like in value. I'll hold it here for a few seconds here, and also before and after where we came from. So both images do the same thing. They tell the same story, but if you could take it to the next level, it helps you basically sell your ideas better, right? And it helps the team understand the mood, the color, the lighting, the details. So that's what these production paintings are meant to do, and that's what we teach to our students here. So, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and next week we'll try to do something different. I think maybe we'll do some of the perspective stuff. We'll see. But anyways, thanks for watching, and see you guys next week. All right, bye-bye.